All right, guys, it's paint day. So we're here first thing in the morning in my garage, and we're going to paint it, man. The cut-ins were painted about a week ago. So the cut-ins I gave like 4 or 5 days to cure real good, and then I placed the car back together gently. I used the foam pieces, as you can see, like the foam pieces to give me the round it off and stuff to make it look a little, or make it a little better. That stuff's pretty good. It's really sticky. Works real good for all the edges. So all the edges have the foam pieces in there and taped. Everything's back taped. It's real good. I wiped it off a whole bunch of times with some prep cleaner. But yeah, now we're, like I said, all the cut-ins have been done. Everything's plasticed up real good. And so that way we can get the outside painted today. I forgot to cut in the fuel tank, the gas can a little bit there. I forgot to cut that in. So I'm gonna have to do it separate. I know you're not supposed to with the Candy Pearl because I have it right here, but I got the back of it painted. I remember to paint the back of that, but I forgot to cut in that. And I installed it and I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna paint it, and then I was like, you know what, if it looks a little bit different, then so be it. So, but yeah, I got it all set up. Everything's done, ready to go. I got the bumper hanging there. You can kind of see it hanging there. The engine bay is already been painted. I did all that with the cut-in, so you can see where I had a little overspray from the stuff. So I'm gonna give it a good. It's been wiped off a bunch with some prep cleaner. I'm gonna tack rag it before I paint it. I got my little paint booth set up. I got some lights down there because this side gets a little dark. I got my fans set up so I can turn on the fans, and just like before, I'm sucking air, AC air from the house because it's hot and humid in the middle of July. So I want to suck the air from inside, AC air from dryer air from inside the house, and bring it out here, and then I'll pump it out there. And last time when I did the cut-ins, it worked real good. It actually dropped the temperature in here by a couple degrees, and it worked really well. So I'm thinking that this part will go faster because the cut-ins is a lot of small pieces and edges, and I'm hoping I won't use as much paint because I only have like half the kit left. I had to order more clear, so I went ahead and ordered more clear because I just don't want to run out of clear. And I'm not sure, I might have mismeasured something last time. I just wanted to make sure I had enough. So I ordered another clear kit from Auto Paint HQ, and they're real cool over there. But yeah, so here we are. I'm not gonna film me painting it, just because I don't have multiple batteries, and it would just. So I'm just gonna step in between each set. So I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna try and get 3 coats of, because on the cut-ins I got 3 coats of jet black base, and I got 3 coats of black cherry Candy Pearl, and I got 3 coats of clear. So I'm gonna try and do the same thing here. If I have enough clear, I might do a 4th, just because I know I'm gonna cut and buff. So but just like before, I got my paint booth, I got all my lights set up, I got my plastic down, got my fan set up, which it worked really well last time. And it was really tight in here with all the pieces laid out for the cut-ins, but I made it work, and I think it turned out phenomenal. The only problem is I can't roll it out into the sun because of the way my garage and driveway is. So I'm gonna have to put the car to get the front end together, but I have to rebuild it and paint it and to get the whole car out in the sun. But I can get pieces of it out there, and it looks great. The paint is phenomenal. This Auto Paint HQ stuff is really good. So that's it. I'm going to paint it. I'll check in between each step and let you guys know how it goes. My gun setup is pretty much the same as I did last time. I got it really dialed in really good by the end of the cut-ins. So I'm gonna just go with it. So I'm gonna go with the same setup. I think I'm at like 25, 26 PSI at the gun. And then I have the spray pattern all the way out, tied in a little bit to save me on some overspray, which that helped clean it up a lot last time. So I'm still going to be using my Master Pro I think it's 4440, whatever it is, Master Pro Series. Amazon gun, 200 bucks, works real good. So, all right, I'm gonna check in a bit. All right, guys, here's 3 coats of jet black. I think it turned out really good. I had a couple issues. Literally the first 30 seconds of spraying, a freaking mosquito dropped in the top here. Kind of a little booger spot. I have a pick, like a debris pick, and I tried to pick it out. It kind of fell apart, so there's like still 2 legs. It was a whole mess, man. But I went ahead and painted it. I have a couple areas that kind of messed up a little bit, like you can kind of see there. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's some kind of chemical reaction. It's got to be some chemical. So the haziness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it dry for like an hour. It says I have 8 hours to put go to the next step. So that's color. But other than those couple little spots, I think it turned out really good. It's really flooding. I almost had a run. It's all my fault. Almost had a run, but it kind of leveled out after a couple coats. Here's another spot where I had some separation. You kind of see. I think it's got to be something chemical, which I cleaned it off several times, so I'm not sure what caused it, but it is what it is. I'll let it dry. Luckily, the coat underneath it is black. I had already painted the light pieces here, so I know what's underneath this is black. So I'm gonna see how that goes, and you can see a little hair right here. So I'll just make sure I flatten that out before I put the coat. But other than that, I think it turned out real good. I see some scratches, some sanding scratches still in it. So, but for the most part, it's really good. So yeah, that's it. 3 coats of jet black. A little setup here. I clean up my gun and everything like that. Now I'm gonna do 3 coats of black cherry pearl, candy black cherry pearl, and then probably 4 coats of clear. I finally just used one whole urethane slow reducer. I got the one whole can. I have a whole nother can right there. So it's actually probably going to take, it does take less paint. I think it takes about 1,000 milliliters, I would say 1,000 milliliters to, yeah, to paint the whole car. So let's see, 500 is about 16 ounces, so 32 ounces is what it takes for 1 coat of a Datsun Z. And I mix up 2 cups, so 2 cups gets me 1 whole coat. I see a couple little tiger stripes, but this is just the undercoating, so I'm not too worried about it. You can kind of see some sanding scratches still, but hopefully by the time I put the color on it and clear and cut and buff, it'll be good to go. So, but yeah, I'm gonna let it dry for a while, give it like an hour or so, and then I'm going to sand out these areas that I had the chemical separation, clean it off real good. I'm not worried about what's under it, because I know there's black, just black, because I had already painted those, so I know it's under there. So, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, all right, I'll check in later.